I'm in multiple markets. Over the last year, we really have expanded our wholesale operation to multiple states. I got up to 75 employees. I started dumping a bunch of money into marketing, and I realized I don't fucking like this. I don't. So I caught myself joining the boardroom and getting stuck with the shiny, object syndrome, and I'm like, dude, it is. It really is. It's funny how we're all kind of coming to this thing. There's some people that are excellent wholesalers, and it's something that I'm not particularly fond of. It's a job. I've hired people. We've gone through this. I've hired other people. I've got VPs. They start doing this, and I start managing these guys. And I'm realizing I'm not happy. So if I'm the architect of my life, what am I going to do to make myself happier? I spent the last 3 years, I'm coming up on my 4th renewal, that I didn't have a wholesale division, that I created a wholesale division. And yes, while I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that, I've also invested hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that. So what's a true net gain there, right? And what's the time investment, and am I happy doing it? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I took a beating. My first loss since 2008, this last year, I had a lot of renovations going, interest rates fucking skyrocketed, my holding costs. I still made money the year, still made money, but in terms of there's certain deals, I got 2 left that I'm gonna probably take a bath on. And that bothers the shit out of me because I haven't taken a loss since 2008.
Is there anything, challenges that you're, we see your challenges there, how can we, help us help you right now in this moment?
Truth be told, guys, I'm sure there's things that are gonna pop up, but I really have had this real epiphany where I started analyzing my challenges and started trying to address them. And these are the shifts that I'm sharing with you guys that I'm doing. IDS everything, right? What's one of the issues I'm identifying, right? Number one, I love building houses. That means I need to raise more capital. So what I did was I started a debt fund. We got $5 million and I started funding our acquisitions. Just outside, I just got a soft commitment for $20 million. He's gonna start us off another $5 million to do a 10-unit subdivision that I just got approved. So number one, I need more capital, so I started a fund. I got specific about what kind of fund. So now we have a debt fund, we have our SFR, new construction fund, and we have our land entitlement fund, because instead of me just trying to go off of infill, now we're gonna go after doing more developments. We pulled in 495,000 in realized profit from 2.5 to 531. I'm closing one of my new construction properties. It's gonna add another 167,000. I love doing that. I love my new construction. That gives me passion doing that.
It sounds like you're saying you might bet by what you like, what makes you money, need more capital to do it, and it seems like a key hire for you is something to go raise money for you full time.
Yep.
Sounds like you're a developer more than anything.
Well, that's what I'm more passionate doing this, because one of these projects here, right, when I looked at all the time I've invested doing wholesale or trying to do this whole thing, to be honest with you, I robbed myself from doing this.
Wholesale's not fun.
It's because, look, I am, no, I created, there's a lot of great guys that are doing incredible jobs here with wholesaling operations, and I looked at it that, hey, if I do this, I can add an extra $1 to $2 million per year. That was my train of thought. That can also spin off opportunities for me to buy properties. Because I wasn't as successful as everyone doing it, that was my fault going, I can't give up. There's this weird thing about me, I'm gonna keep doing this until I make this thing work. At what cost, right? I was very unhappy doing it, where I focus on this. These projects right here are gonna make me millions of dollars. Next year, I'm gonna net $10 million. I'm fucking writing that down. I'm saying it right now. I'm gonna net 10 million. My cut by doing these projects. It's just the people. So I kept going through people, and I realized I don't like that.
Rob, what's your management team look like? Because you got a lot going on. You're always gonna have a lot going on because that's your style. You wanna continue to go down in the development side. I think everyone in the room is probably gonna agree with you, particularly everything you presented there. My question really is, for all these other things you have going on, a lead gen, these other businesses, call center, etc. Do you have a management team problem? Because you dove back in, I got to get rid of all these people because it's a people problem.
I like
the energy. Who's running these businesses, and is the challenge that you need to be thinking about ultimately to get to development full time for you specifically is finding the right partners or the right management team, the right leaders to run these other companies that you're doing, to be able to say, all right, they're the ones managing the KPIs and you're having a strategy meeting with them once a week or what. So what's that look like, and does that resonate at all?
100%. That's been part of that whole up to 75 person team that I built, was having the VP, having an office manager, having sales managers, so on and so forth. Like I said, even that in itself, when holding someone accountable, it's I can ask you directly, or I can ask you because you manage them. But if I'm asking you and you're not giving me the information, I might as well just fucking be asking you.
No, that let me give you some advice on that. I disagree. Either this person's the wrong person, or you need to teach them how to get the information that you need out of them.
I totally agree with you. I'm not in disagreement. I'm telling you that's what the experience that I was having.
You don't have to ask them shit.
Yeah.
You have to ask him shit.
Well, no, that's my point, is that because it wasn't being done, I'm asking the same question over and over, and that's why I had the wrong person. So like, for example, I let go of Vernon, I let go of Tom, the other guy who I brought for the boardroom. I've been letting go of people going, this is not the right fit.
Why do you think that these guys are not the right people?
Well, because they're not. I fired them.
But are you running on EOS?
Yes. So
Are you the visionary?
I am the visionary.
Do you have an integrator?
A few different businesses. But so far, everything we're doing in the direction we're heading towards, it's more of a partnership.
I will give you a recommendation right now. I asked you 2 questions. Are you running on EOS? The answer was yes. Do you have an integrator? The answer was like fundamentally to run on EOS, it creates extreme clarity for everything that you're doing. So you have to actually run on it, not just say that I'm running on it. And if you don't have that clarity of like, oh, well, it's a partnership, like you've got to find that clarity first.
I agree with what you're saying, because we shifted our model. Now we're going to this partnership. An integrator that I had doing something isn't an integrator for that. So the answer is I have an integrator, not for that role.
I think that I would recommend considering hiring an EOS coach. I think self-implementation is amazing, but the reality is you decide, where a coach really helps you make EOS make the decisions for you, meaning like, we've got to do it, EOS is telling us to do it this way, where if it's just you and you, fuck that, I'm over here, right? Where when you hired a coach, like for us, I mean, I run 3 companies on EOS separately, right? With the EOS framework and structure with the coach, right, they're going to hold you accountable to make sure you're really running on EOS and not what I'm hearing it a little bit, right, without really getting into it, is you're running on EOS, but pseudo running on EOS. You understand it, you understand the book traction, you're doing it, but like you're not all in on it, right? Like really all in on it, of the right person in the right seats, right? The accountability chart, really fundamentally, like everything that we do is around the accountability chart. Like that's fundamental to everything, because I'm not going to go back to a quarterly where we don't have any of that shit down, and the coach is going to sit there and we're going to run a day long and like we're not even following it. And then I'm just wasting money on an EOS coach, right?
Right.
So I literally have 3 businesses with a coach.